I'm Jo, and today Epic Reads and I have a YA Dark Academia haul for you. If you're someone who likes to get into the mood for the spooky season each year, then this is the perfect haul for you. They've got a lot of great options to prepare you for autumn. This one is The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott, the first book in the Imperial series. It's a forbidden romance. It sounds like it's perfect for people like me who really love Serpent and Dove. We meet Nicole, whose mother has passed away, and encoded in the last message from her mother were instructions on how to stay safe. Nicole is something called an Imperial, which means she's able to hunt and kill dangerous creatures. But if her power was ever triggered, she would be discovered and used and killed by this organization called the Wake, which governs all supernaturals, and this is actually how her mother was killed. Nicole's able to secure a research role at a manor to study the art of the supernatural, but there she does come face to face with her greatest enemy, and that's one of the Wake's Imperials named Kian. He's the Wake's best hunter, and he is stationed here at the manor with the goal of tracking and killing a creature, but the creature ends up stealing something, forcing Kian and Nicole to work together. Their partnership proves to be as challenging as Nicole would expect. The creature threatens to expose her powers, and her relationship with Kian grows to a place that makes her worry for her own heart. Nicole will have to figure out if she's able to keep both her feelings and her powers hidden, and if she can't, then she'll end up discovering what exactly fate has in store for her. We have Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. This is the first book in the Blackwood Academy series, and it sounds like if you enjoyed the Atlas 6, you'll like this one, so that has me pretty excited. Our story takes place in a very unique location, Blackwood Academy. It's a boarding school that is at the very edge of the afterlife. Students spend an eternity shepherding lost souls, and the only way out of this sentence is called the Decennial. The Decennial takes place once per decade and is a celebration that rewards the nominees who pass its trials. The reward is a choice to either graduate and join the Academy's magical elite, or to cross over to the mysterious other side. We meet 6 students. The first one is Ren, who is certain that she has what it takes to be nominated for the upcoming Decennial, until her academic rival Augustine steals her spot. And then we meet Irene, who is more than willing to break all of the rules to get out of this academy, and that includes betraying her only friend Masika. Next up is Oliver, who has let go of the hope that he'll ever receive a nomination, but his perspective changes when he meets a new student named Emilio. And for some reason, Oliver becomes determined to prevent Emilio from crossing to the other side, so he might just have to secure the nomination for himself. But when the Decennial arrives, there's a twist. It's no longer a celebration, it's a competition, and there can only be one victor. And the 6 students might just realize that there are some fates actually worse than death. Next up is That Devil Ambition by Lindsay Miller. It's a standalone with thriller and fantasy vibes. Unlike the school in the previous book, this one doesn't take place in the afterlife, but it is known for creating just as many graves as it does magicians. Fabian, our main character, is first in his class and last in his noble line, and his goal is to pass this honors class if he wants any hope of having a good future. But of course, this isn't any ordinary honors class, and it comes with some pretty intense twists. Like, first of all, there are only 13 students who will even be offered to take this class. And once those students are chosen, they're only given one assignment, and that is to kill their professor. And the professor isn't just some normal kind of teacher, it is a devil that has been summoned for the singular purpose of killing or being killed. It's up to Fabian and his 2 best friends to utilize all of their skill sets to try and pass this class, and if they do succeed, then all of their debts are forgiven, but if they fail, then their lives just might end up being forfeit. Next up is Legendborn by Tracy Dion, the first book in the Legendborn cycle series. We meet 16-year-old Bree, whose mother's just died in an accident, leaving Bree not really wanting anything to do with her family memories or her childhood home. When the opportunity to attend a residential program for intelligent high schoolers pops up, this feels like Bree's perfect escape. But during her first night on campus, Bree witnesses a magical attack. There is a flying demon who is feeding on human energies, and there is a Legendborn society hunting the demon. A teenage mage named Merlin attempts to wipe Bree's memory of everything that she saw that night, but it doesn't work, and in fact, it unlocks Bree's knowledge that she has her own magic, and she remembers something. Merlin was there at the hospital the night that her mom died. Now, Bree is prepared to do whatever it takes to find out the truth of what really happened to her mom, and she ends up recruiting Nick, who is a self-exiled Legendborn who has his own grudge against the group, and together they get pulled in deeper to the society's secrets. Then the Legendborn reveals something that Bree never could have expected, and that is that they are the descendants of King Arthur's knights, and a magical war is coming. Bree will end up having to decide just how important discovering the truth is to her, and whether she wants to use her new magic to fight the Legendborn or to join them. The Library of Shadows by Rachel Moore is a standalone that takes place at Radcliffe Prep, a haunted school where disappearances really aren't all that uncommon. Esty, our main character, enrolls in the school in hopes of finding information about her deceased father. Now, even though the school is haunted, Esty doesn't actually believe in ghosts, but this was her dad's school, so this feels like a good starting point for finding information about who he was. But things change for Esty when she meets a ghost, an annoying ghost named Mateo, and Mateo frames Esty for theft. Now, Esty has to track him down or risk being expelled and leaving too soon, just like her father did. But Ratcliffe ends up being more dangerous than she could have ever prepared for. The library's secret passageways and hidden tunnels make her realize that the disappearances are real. And if she doesn't want to end up being the next missing person, she will need to be exceedingly cautious. Here we have A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson, another standalone, but this one is a historical fantasy with a slow burn enemies to lovers arc. This story takes place in 1923 London, where we meet rule-following Type A Vivian. Her two goals include securing an internship studying dragons and protecting her little sister. But the structures of Vivian's life end up falling apart when her parents are arrested and her sister goes missing. And when she's offered a mysterious job, it's the only lifeline she sees, so she takes it, and the job ends up being a dragon language codebreaker for the war going on. If Vivian is successful at this new job of hers, then both she and the rest of her family will get to go home. But if she doesn't succeed, then all of their lives are at risk. And the more she learns about her job, the dragon language, and the war, she realizes that everything isn't as it seems. With all this new information, what role will she end up wanting to play in the war? Or will she be forced to play a role that she doesn't want to participate in at all? This is The Lilies by Quindaya Confortato, a queer mystery thriller which is perfect for fans of One of Us is Lying. Archwell Academy is an elite school known for shaping the next generations of exceptional young women. Specifically, the Lily Society at the school is classified as the best way to secure a successful future, but there is a darkness to this group, and that's that sometimes the Lilies disappear. We meet 4 seniors who find themselves trapped in a mysterious time loop, reliving their darkest memories the day after the most recent disappearance. Together, they realize that each of them has a clue that will help unlock the secrets of this society, but are they willing to share their own secrets in order to succeed? This one is fast-paced, contains unreliable narrators, and we'll just have to read to figure out if they're able to untangle the society's secrets before their own futures are destroyed forever. Last up for today is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. We meet our main character, Effie, who has believed in fairy tales her whole life. In fact, a copy of a certain fairy tale seems to be the only thing that's really keeping Effie afloat at the moment. When the author's family announces a contest to design their estate, Effie is certain that she's the right person for the job. But upon Effie's arrival to the estate, she realizes that it's in pretty bad shape. And on top of that, the residents are surprisingly cold with her welcome. Then, to make matters worse, Effie meets Preston, a young literature scholar who is determined to expose the late author as a fraud. Yet somehow the two rivals piece together clues about the author's legacy, including both mortal and magical forces. Now Effie has to wonder, will whatever truth she uncovers bring both her and Preston to ruin? And that's it for today's YA Dark Academia haul. Thank you so much for watching and for joining us. Please let us know in the comments what you're currently reading and which books from this haul you are adding to your TBR list, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye!